What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 15th day of July, and here we are sitting at about $2.88 with about 5 days, 23 hours, like 22 and a half hours left in this week. We just closed yesterday, Monday, the beginning of this week, closed at about $3, just below there. We did hit $3 yesterday, didn't we? We got to $3.03. That's nice. Finally, above $3, right? A little taste, and now we're back down, but that's okay. I think a little volatility never hurt anybody, right? Here we are in the overbought zone. I would assume that we continue to press higher with the RSI. I think that we will see readings that are up in the 90s here, above the 90s, but we could find resistance here. It's very, if today it closes red, maybe we do back test this 275 to 265 area. Maybe we do probably even like 266. I doubt we actually go to 265 or lower. But I'm under the impression that we'll continue to rally, because if we're looking at the liquidation heat map here for Bitcoin, or not heat map, just the liquidation map. I mean, there are a lot of shorts piled on, my friends. We got $4.2 billion worth of shorts if we just move up to 132K, which from here is a little bit over a $10,000 move. Let's do a $10,000 move. A $10,000 move for Bitcoin, which I'm not saying that'll happen today, but that would liquidate $4.2 billion worth of shorts. The longs have gotten eaten up today, and maybe we dip a little bit more to 118.6, 118K itself, something like that, even all the way down to 117K. It could happen right now. But whether it's today or tomorrow, I would assume that XRP resumes its bullish movement to the upside. Hell, if we close today red, I'd hope that it closes a little bit more red. Maybe we do close down at that 266, 268 area. We can get down to the overbought zone or even out of the overbought zone, find support there, and then continue to rally. I think that'd be good. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, but I don't know. At this point in time, I'm kind of assuming that today will be a green day, actually, but it doesn't have to be. 1 hour time frame. Let's actually look at this on Binance USDT. No volume coming in as you're moving down, right? Volume coming in as you're moving up, but there's no volume coming in as you're moving down. You've got lower lows in the RSI. You got a low here and a lower low here, and higher lows in the price, hidden bullish divergence. You're finding support right now at prior areas of resistance right there. And again, you could come down a little bit more, maybe 285, 284, where you found some resistance here, or where you found support at like 267 here, something in this zone. You could come down to find support there. But your 1 hour RSI overall is very bullish, and you're actually in the areas where you'd expect to find support. So if not here, if that was not your relative low before breaking out to new relative highs, maybe a slightly lower low, and then you'll be moving up to prices that are above $3 again. But I think by the end of today, we should be closing for the first time in a long time above $3 yet again. Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame, 4 hour RSI, a little bit of bearish divergence there, right? I don't know if I would call it bearish divergence. Maybe. If it is bearish divergence, you would anticipate then that the price would at least go here to $2.85. But again, that's lining up with the same areas we've had addressed throughout this whole video. Typically, you actually would go a little bit lower than that, so maybe like 280, 277, right? Something like that, 275, that area there. Find support and then continue to move up. I think we're starting off the day on a red note, which is actually good. We're moving down, breaking out of this area kind of without any volume, which I think is good. 2 hours, 26 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. I think a perfect kind of way to finish this candle off would be to just reverse it and close it green. If it does, absolutely, you're going to be closing well above $3 today. You might even, who knows, man, today could be the day that you get to do all-time highs. XRP, you guys, we are not that far away from seeing new all-time highs. And actually, on that note, the 4 hour time frame is super bullish. Super bullish, you guys. Daily time frame here. How far away are we from the current price going up there? 17%. Okay, it's a little bit further than I thought. It looks closer, doesn't it? 17% is a little bit of a way. So I don't know if we move up 17% today, but we could. XRP has seen those kind of movements before. It's been a little while, but like back here in this area, you literally moved up 17% in one day on Wednesday, the 15th of January. It's the 15th of July, but it's a Tuesday, damn it. So it's not the same circumstances. No, I mean, it could genuinely move up. We're in the same area. We're here, within a 24 hour period from this exact price to the next day, we were up 17%. So we really could, by the end of today, if not sometime tomorrow, be at new all-time highs. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. XRP is not going to be forgiving. Understand that this coin will not be forgiving to any people who are trying to wait for it to pull back. right? You want to buy, you're hoping for a pullback, you're hoping that you'll get a chance to buy back down at like 240 or lower, or $2 or lower. You're thinking that it's going to have a pullback, something like that. You had your chance. You had your chance for months, for literal months. I mean, most of this range was actually below like 240, below 235 even. And if you didn't take the chance, I mean, that's kind of the reason why I don't think it's going to move back down. There's all that supply got sucked up at those prices. All the sellers have sold out. There's no sellers left. Who in their right mind bought XRP over the last 6 or 7 months just to sell it here? You know where it's going. At this point, I don't care how high you think it's going. I think it's going to like $14 to $16 by the end of August, but you might think it's going to $4 or $6 or something, but you're at least under the impression it's going to new all-time highs. Why would you sell it here? You had the tenacity to buy and hold throughout all this time. Why would you sell it here, right? The amount of selling pressure is going to be very, very limited, and on top of that, if not non-existent, on top of that, you're going to have an immense amount of buying pressure because now you have anybody that's sold down here, anybody who thought about buying down here but they didn't buy, they're going to FOMO. And then you have people who don't even look at XRP regularly who are now aware that it's about to break out to new all-time highs, right? XRP is one of those market-leading coins. It gets attention whenever it moves up, even if it only moves up, yesterday it moved up like 4%. You're about to break out to new all-time highs. It's a big deal. You've got all the selling pressure gone, and you've got added buying pressure now. You're going to rip. I really wouldn't be surprised if by tomorrow, making this the next XRP video, if we were to be at new all-time highs. But I'm not calling for that necessarily. I think that we'll close above $3. Let's stick with that for now, okay? Let's stick with that for now. It kind of depends on Bitcoin, I suppose. Looking at the weekly time frame here, absolutely in a fantastic formation. Actually, we're not in a fantastic formation. We actually broke out of that fantastic formation to the upside. From a low to a high, breaking out of this bull flag here. We put it at the base of that range there. You're in the very, very beginning. This is what I mean. Anybody with half a brain can see that this is a bull flag, right? It's absolutely a bull flag. And that price target area would take you to about $11. You're probably not going to stop there, though. I would assume that XRP continues to move up until it sees prices at $11 to $15, and we derive that from the all-time history, right? If we look at this on the crypto chart here. Come on, you know you want to load. You know you want to load. Come on, TradingView. What you gonna do? Oh, it wants me to stop. Okay, I'll stop. High to low here. Consolidating by the 886, 786 area. Consolidating here. Very, very bullish consolidation, my friends. I doubt that we spent multiple cycles, right? One bull market, one bear market, 2 bear markets, 2 bull markets. I doubt that we spent multiple cycles consolidating in this area just to stop at the first target. I doubt that we spent multiple cycles consolidating in this area to stop anywhere below this target, okay? We're going to 1356 or higher. And typically with the 1414, you do wick above it, okay? You do. That's what happens. You wick above it and then you close below it. I would anticipate prices that are around anything from essentially $14 to $17 by the end of August. I like that $14 to $15 area, 1357 area. Mainly, right? You can find support right at the 1414. You could even find support or resistance, or resistance even below it, but typically you do go just above it, so keep that in mind, right? The measure move takes you right here to $11, right? It takes you just below $11 on this chart, but on the, or maybe on this chart it actually takes you just above $11. On the Binance chart it takes you just below, but tomato, whatever. You don't generally stop right here in the middle between the 1414 and the 1272. It's like you either stop with a small wick above the 1272 or stop right at it, stop just below it even, or you go just above the 1414. It's like either or. So the fact that the measure move is here, you're either going to see a slightly lower move in the expectation of this measure move or a slightly stronger move. I'm going with the slightly stronger side again because I don't think you spent multiple cycles consolidating here to get a move that was anything less than spectacular, anything less than above what the expectation would be. I don't think too many people are expecting that we'll be at 13 to 16 bucks. So by the end of August, that's the expectation. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. $2.90 now. Having a good time this month already. I hope you guys are. You're up 30% this month already, man. We got more than half the month left to go. About 17 days left, okay? So buckle up. It's just getting started, right? Again, who's selling here? Who is selling? Who is not frantically buying here, right? You had all the opportunity to buy and all the opportunity to sell and panic. You just broke out. You spent months, you spent cycles consolidating in this overall area, and you're finally about to let loose, and you're going to sell here? I doubt it. If there's no sellers, what the hell's the price going to do? We're going to see soon enough. And when this thing moves up, man, it only knows one pace. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We got so much to go, so much to grow. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And just good job, man. I love, after all these days, all these weeks of just moving sideways, continuously being at 220, 230, below 250, even below $2, like being in those areas, it's nice every single day to just see it progressing higher. And it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. This is just the beginning. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. All right, bye-bye.